We end tonight's show with what I'm afraid is not good news. There is a concern over rising bird flu cases in several countries around the world. Penguins are dying in South Africa. Ducks are being culled in the United Kingdom and wild birds are falling from the sky in Europe. So should you be worried? Our next report has more details.
This is a beach in Cape Town, South Africa. It's an important breeding site for the endangered African penguin. But experts have recently observed a worrying trend. Several members of this penguin colony have died.
We've had 25 penguins affected by the avian flu and of a colony of about 3,000.
Experts say this is a continuation of last year's outbreak.
At the moment, we're quite concerned because the numbers of penguins that are being affected and dying from the disease is going up.
Sick birds are being identified and removed from the colony. Many are being euthanized and cremated. The idea is to reduce the spread of the disease.
We're doing everything that we can to reduce the viral load and transmission rate between the penguins.
This is not the only part of the world that's reporting cases of bird flu. Look at this headline. The UK and Europe have together culled some 47.5 million birds since last autumn. The UK's Department for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs say that the country is in the middle of the largest ever outbreak of bird flu in the UK's history. The H1N1 virus has been detected in at least 155 sites. Wild birds have been affected, and so have the poultry. Bird flu restrictions have been put in place in Norfolk, Suffolk and parts of Essex. Bird owners have been warned. Those with more than 500 birds have been asked to restrict site access to essential people only. Meanwhile, the UK's National Farmers Union says the bird flu may take a toll on Christmas turkey. The H1N1 virus not only affects food supplies, but also risks other animals. So, zoos too are on high alert. Several UK zoos have closed penguin and flamingo enclosures. On the other side of the English Channel, France has raised its bird flu alert level. Earlier, it was low, and now it's moderate. The country experienced its worst ever bird flu between November and May. Some 19 million birds had to be culled back then. Experts say the outbreak could get worse in the coming months with autumn migration. Portugal and Norway, too, are on high alert. Together, the two countries have reported nearly 2,500 outbreaks of H1N1 since last year. So, should you be worried? Yes and no. You see, the bird flu rarely infects humans. The US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that bird flu is mostly transmitted between wild aquatic birds and poultry and other bird and animal species. The Mayo Clinic says that in the rare cases when bird flu does infect humans, it can be deadly. So, who's at risk? Those who are in close contact with sick birds. The symptoms of bird flu include cough, fever, sore throat, muscle ache, headache, and shortness of breath. The good news is you can do your bit to prevent being infected. 1. Avoid direct contact with wild birds. 2. Avoid contact with domestic birds that have died or look sick. You see, infected birds shed bird flu virus in their saliva, mucus and feces. So, to stay safe, one must avoid sources of exposure as much as possible. In case you notice symptoms, you must reach out to your doctor immediately. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.